Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday. It's sunny here, but it's cold. 24th of October 2021. Good to have you all here with me. And I hope you will enjoy our ride together, And today, as we have announced, we will talk about reincarnation justice. Okay, so we will not talk about what is incarnation, what's the processes of reincarnation, but we will talk about what is behind reincarnation, why it exists, the causes, the effects, and it's more kind of like the name just says, justice. Why? We have the reincarnation. Okay, good to have you all here with me. Let me see. I can see it. People are joining. Good morning, Kaka. Good to know you are here. And Imo, thank you, Imo, for being here with me. Thank you. Good to have you all, have you here as well, my friend. Okay, so while people are joining us, let's do our initial prayer. And for that, I ask you to calm down, have a deep breath. Let's ask for the superior spirits to give us a healing. Clean us up from all the bad energies, bad thoughts, bad influences, and filling us up with His love, His mercy, His wisdom. Calm us down, open up our mind, giving us reason and balance in order to make decisions, in order to do not harm those who are close to us and those who are away from us. May this healing shall be extended to those brothers and sisters who are suffering in the hospitals, at home. May give them some comfort somehow. May these blessings reach out our Emerald Island. So be it. Amen. Okay. Let me put my screen here. Okay, there we go. Reincarnation justice. And we will start in 1 second, but if you have any questions, please write your questions in the comment box. I will see here, and I will reply your questions as long as I do the talk here. Okay, ready to go. So let's start our ride here. Let me just adjust here. Okay. So, reincarnation justice. When we're talking about justice, um, come up to our mind why I have justice if I have a lot of people making evil things, not just to me, but to my brothers and sisters. And for some reason, I don't see they are being punished. I don't see they're being uh, suffering the consequences. And there are evil people as well. So when we think about this, the following question come up to our mind: did God create evil? And the Spirit's book, no, not the Spirit's book, the book, What is Spiritism? Question 129 or item 129. Uh, the Spirit said to Kardec, God did not create evil, but established laws. And these laws are always good because God is supremely good. Those who obeyed them faithfully would be perfectly happy. But since spirits have free will, yes, remember, free will, they do not always obey them. Evil is the result of their breaking these laws. Okay? So, evil in a simple terms is like is the absence of knowledge. Because when we acquire knowledge, when we acquire supporting elements, the evil stop to exist. Sometimes when we, how many times we think we are doing something good to someone, and suddenly we discover that instead of doing good as we thought, we are harming that person, and we say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I stopped doing this. I thought it was good for you. I thought it was fine for you, but I'm so sorry." How many times happened to us, and we stop doing this? So the evil exists in that manner. People are doing that evil because the lack of knowledge. At the moment they recognize this knowledge, they stop doing this. So we can, based on that, we can affirm that evil is a temporary thing. That's our first conclusion of today. You know? So, what's the cause of the evils that afflict humankind? Okay? Because evil exists, it we just saw it's the lack of knowledge, okay? But what's the cause of these problems? Let's change the evil word here to problems, no? Uh, and we can say here that humankind's ills are the consequences of the moral imperfections of incarnated spirits. Okay? The planet Earth belongs to a category of words of expiations and atonements, or trials and atonements. Uh, and we are more exposed to these problems. We are more exposed to imperfections. We are more exposed to barriers that we needed to overcome every day. We need to imagine like the earth is a kind of a hospital or a prison. Okay? And do not go, people who are good, people who are doing the correct thing, or people who follows that laws created by God, they don't need to go to the hospital, they don't need to go to the prison. Okay? Okay? So we needed to and we need to understand that as long as those who are sick in the hospitals getting better, they leave the hospital. Those who are completing the term in the prison, they leave the prison. Okay? And they go out, they are free. But meanwhile, we are in the prison, we are in the hospital, we are suffering. It's not good. It's not good being in a hospital. It's not good to be in a prison. The reason why we try, those who are in the prison, they want to escape because they are free. While you are in the hospital, you can't wait to see the doctor say, "Oh, you have discharge. I will write your discharge." Okay, let's keep going with this. So, as I said, neither can hospitals or and houses of correction be places of delight. And when a person is cured of all their mortal infirmities, they will also leave the earth environment to go to happier worlds. This is in the Gospel according to Spiritism, chapter 3, item 7. Okay, so that example illustrates why Earth is. Oh, Earth is a bad place because you're saying, Stevan, it's a hospital, it's a prison. No, 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 don't go to this way. Earth is not a bad place. Earth is a better place of regeneration of souls. Because of the earth, we are able to regenerate our vices, to regenerate our imperfections, to acquire knowledge that will trigger us to go to a happier world. So, Earth is the best place to learn, to practice, and to live. Okay? So, the vicissitudes of life derive from a cause. So, the problems we have in our life has a cause. Okay? And as God is just, so then that cause must also be just. This is on chapter 5, Gospel according to Spiritism, item 3. Okay. If I'm suffering, that suffering must have a cause. Because God is just, I am suffering not in vain. I'm suffering because I must have done something wrong, or I deserve that moment of suffering. It's like when you go and you drink a lot alcohol, the next day you will have a hangover. That's a consequence of drinking a lot of alcohol. You know, you will have the hangover. If you eat a lot, you can have a stomach flu. You can may have a digestion problem. It's a cause. It's just the cause. Okay. Also, I like a passage in the Gospel according to in the Gospel according to Spiritism, on chapter 28, I think 30, which says, when a reason for affliction strike us, if we look for its cause, we will often find that we find that it is the consequence of our imprudence, lack of foresight, or a previous action. In this case, we must attribute it only to ourselves. If the cause of a misfortune is independent of any participation on our part, it is either a trial for this life or an expiation of a past existence. And in the latter case, the nature of the expiation can enable us to understand the nature of the wrong, because we are always suffering wherein we have sinned. Gospel according to Spiritism, chapter 28, item 30. And then I started here talking about expiation and trial. Let's understand is the difference between probation or trial and atonement. Okay? So far so good. I have no questions here, so I think it's clear. Finish my coffee. So, what is the difference between trial and atonement? Trial, according to the book The Consoler, on question 246, psychographed by Chico Xavier and dictated by the Spirit Emmanuel, Emmanuel says, the trial is the struggle that teaches the rebellious and lazy disciple the road to work and spiritual edification. Atonement is the penalty imposed on the wrongdoer who commits a crime. Okay? Also, we can see here there is another book from Chico Xavier and Valdo Vieira, and dictated by Emmanuel as well. He says the name of the book is Stud and Leave. And he says that lessons that we ourselves accumulate along the way through thoughtless or conscious mistakes is in our reincarnation. So we acquire the lessons we learn, the problems we have, the successes we have. This is accumulate in our lives. This is kind of stored in our cloud. Where is our cloud? Our spirit, spirit. So this is stored in our spirit. Why? Because in the future we will need the successes, the lessons we learn to undergo in another mission, to undergo in another reincarnation. Okay? So also we can see on the Gospel according to Spiritism, chapter 5, item 26, by Allan Kardec, the Spirit says, the tests are intended to exercise intelligence as well as patience and resignation. So we need to go to this to learn. For example, those who are kids, you send your kid to school because they need to learn. Some kids don't like, they are rebellious. Some they enjoy, they can't wait to go to school. We have, it's like to us, we are the same thing. Put us in this example I just gave, like life, we are in the kindergarten of evolution, or even not kindergarten. We are in the crash. We are still babies in the evolution, and we need to be there. We need to go there. Our parents are taking us to the crash, to the kindergarten. We need that. And going back to our earthly evils, the problems, the trials, all these we experience here. Why we are on Earth, a lot of questions come up to our mind, no? And I like this passage I wrote here. This is in the Gospel according to Spiritism, chapter 5. It's the entire chapter. I can put the item because I just pick some passages of the entire chapter. So, going back to the source of earthly evils, it is recognized that many are the natural consequences of the character and the conduct of those who suffer them. How many men fall through their own fault? How many are victims of their recklessness, their pride, their ambition? How many people are ruined by lack of order, perseverance, bad behavior, limited desires? How many unfortunate unions we have because of interest or vanity? And these unions are not with their heart. How many diseases are consequences of our excesses, like I gave a hangover or a liver problem in the future? How many parents are unhappy with their children because at the right time they didn't correct the bad tendencies? No? How many people are struggling now because they couldn't express their love for those who left us and returned to the spiritual world, and you couldn't say how you love them? How many people are suffering now because of heartbroken situation? So let's go back step by step to the source of the evils that afflict us. And most of the times we say, if I haven't done such a thing or did that thing, I wouldn't be in this situation. So again, the source, it's us. The source of this suffering rely on us. Man is thus, in a great number of cases, the author of his own misfortunes, but instead of acknowledging it, he finds it simpler and less humiliating for his vanity to accuse luck, which is karma, providence, lack of opportunities, his bad star, while his bad star is his negligence. So we like to point fingers. I'm suffering today because my mom didn't give me love. But did you show love to her? I'm suffering today because I I am not succeeding in my profession. But how you treated your colleagues? I'm suffering today because I I need to suffer. So you accept that and you suffer like a like a martyr. No, it's not like that. It doesn't work this way. It's commonly seen among the spiritists. Oh, I must have done something wrong in the past. Now I'm suffering these consequences. Now I need to accept that. Stop it. It's not like this. Doesn't work this way. Because 90% of the reasons of suffering today, if we dig to find out the root cause, this root cause is in our present incarnation, not in the previous incarnations. So we need to accept that, okay, I'm suffering, I am having these bad moments, but I need to move on. You didn't have love from your parents, you're suffering now. I understand this is bad, it is bad, but what to do? It's your life, it's your reincarnation. What you want to do, it's in your hands. God creates those laws, yes, but he allow you to exercise your free will. Those who are suffering, it's because they are not following the laws. Therefore, there is no punishment. There is no uh, excess in punishments. There is no excess in sufferings because every suffering has a just cause. But what I need to do in order to avoid it? We need to work ourselves in improve both morally and intellectually. That's what we need to do. This is what we need to do. Instead of staying mourning, complaining, point the fingers, try to find any excuses, we needed to go inside ourselves and truly be honest with you and find what's the cause of your suffering. And if you are not able to do it, go to a therapy professional, capable and wonder professionals will guide you in this journey. They will guide you to find out your own answers, because you may have thousands, billions of questions, but you have all the answers. The only thing we need to do is find those answers inside of ourselves. A good psychologist, a good professional will guide you if you are unable to find it. But we need to work. We need to stop act as a victim while we are the main character of this present life. And what we do most of the times, we want to escape. We want to get out of this. And I like this passage because it says, "Man, therefore, not always expiating his present existence, but he never escapes the consequence of his faults. The evil's prosperity is only momentary, and if he does not atone today, he will atone tomorrow. For the one who suffers is being subjected to the atonement of his own past, the misfortune which at first sight seems undeserved, therefore has no reason, and the one who suffers can always, forgive me, Lord, I have sinned." What is this? A person do a lot of bad things, but at the end, oh my God, oh Lord, I forgive me, I have sinned. And you think because you just did a single prayer, all the wrongdoings you did in the past, it will be it will be resolved. No, you won't. One second. Sorry. No, doesn't work this way, my friends. Doesn't work like that. It's not this. It's deeper. Because if we act like this, I can commit a fault today, and at the end of the day, I ask forgiveness, and I do a little prayer, and I'm free. Next day, I can do this another thing, and I do a prayer, and I'm free. The following day, I do a prayer, and I'm free. So this is a momentary solution, and a good solution, because I can do whatever I want, and then I do a prayer, and that's fine. Let's say the sufferings produced by previous cause are always like those resulting from current causes, a natural consequence of that fault committed. It means that by virtue of a rigorous distributive justice, man suffers what he made others suffer. So let's understand. If he was harsh and inhuman, he may in turn be treated harshly and inhumanly. If he was proud, he might be born in a humiliating condition. If he has been greedy, selfish, or misused his fortune, he may find himself deprived of what is necessary. If he was a bad child, he may suffer with his own children, and so on. Oh, but this is a punishment. No, this is not a punishment. This is not a punishment. Punishment. How you can be punished for something you didn't know you're doing wrong? This is lack of conscience. This is lack of exercising our fraternity. This is an excess of pride. This is an excess of prejudice. This is an excess of selfishness. And how it happens? While we are incarnated in experience a corporeal life, our thought, our notion is limited. Limited because the material world is limited. But at the moment when we discarnate and we go to the real world, the spiritual world, we can see this more broadly. Once we can see this more broadly, and you see the consequences of your attitudes, why you have this attitude, why you didn't correct what you choose to correct before you reincarnate, you're gonna beg to return and do it right. So what we saw here, I'm suffering humiliation. I didn't use the money in a correct way. I was a bad child. All this, you will see. Oh my gosh, I need to fix that. I need to correct myself. It's not a punishment. Everything we are passing through now either is a consequence of your acts or you choose or you chose to be in that condition. So the atonement is always a trial, but the trial is not always an atonement. By the way, all these on chapter 5 of the Gospel according to Spiritism. Which item? All items. Read the entire chapter. Chapter 5, Gospel according to Spiritism. So, once I understand, once I have the conscious of my attitudes today, it is the consequences of tomorrow. You are out of this imprisoned habit of blaming someone, of saying, oh, God is punishing me. I'm sorry, but God has much important things than just watch your life and say, oh, Steven did this wrong today. Tomorrow I will make this to him. No way, my friends. No way. Doesn't work like that. You are responsible. Oh, but I didn't know what I did. I already uh, 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 exercise to find out what's going on with me, why I have this. Great. If you didn't find the cause, do what you think is good to the others. Perhaps we don't have, because as we said, you might be in an expiation moment. What is an expiation moment? Expiation moment is, oh, I didn't cause a harm to anyone. I'm okay, but I know I needed to work my selfishness. I know I need to work my selfishness. So when you will reincarnate, you choose situations you will go by, you passing by, in which you will need to exercise your lack of selfishness. Why I'm choose that? Why I have to go to this? Because remember, we are in a hospital. We need to get out of this hospital. We need to get our discharge letter, and we need to exercise it. We need to go there. We need to pass our exam. You study everything while you are in the spiritual world. And when you are on earth, you just need to do a test. So, what I'm asking you today is stop, find uh, reasons why you are suffering now. Just improve yourself. And what we need to improve ourselves. This we find in the book The Consoler, question 236. Chico Xavier wrote it and was dictated by Emmanuel. Repentance, atonement, and reparation are therefore the three conditions necessary to erase the traces of a fault and its consequences. Repentance softens the burnt of atonement, opening the way of rehabilitation through hope. Repair alone, however, can nullify the effect by destroying its cause. Otherwise, forgiveness would be a grace, not a annulment. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. What's the second conclusion of today? The second conclusion is a guilt spirit suffers first in the spiritual life on account of the degree of his imperfections, then. Bodily life is given him as a means of reparation. That's why he meets again, whether with the people he offended or environment analogous to those where he did the wrong, or in situations that are counterpart, such as, for example, being a misery if he was a bad river in a humiliating condition, if he was proud, if he was proud. So it's a consequence. I decided this. There is no, forget that situation in which I'm being punished for what I did. There is no punishment again, guys. It you choose it. You may not understand right now. You may not find explanations for this suffering. But you are the one who said, I have enough knowledge, I will go through this. Proof of that, question 258 of the Spirit's book. Go there. Question 258 of the Spirit's book. And Kardec asked to the spirits, in the incorporeal state, before a new corporeal existence, is the spirit aware and anticipating what will happen to it during life? The answers from the spirits are: he himself chooses the kind of trials he wishes to undergo. In this is his free will. We know it's not a destiny. Okay, guys, it's not a destiny. Written in stones, it's not a destiny, because if we have destiny, we don't have free will. You may choose situations in order you will exercise that imperfection, but it's up to you to undergo it or not. Because, for example, if you are a greedy person, if you are, let's do this greedy person. If you're greedy, perhaps you will born as a rich person. And how are you gonna use this money is up to you. But if you born rich and you need to work your greediness, your greedy tendencies, you will born in an environment that most of the people are greedy. And you need to be the one who is going in a different path. I use this example not millions, billion times for those who knows me and are following me in the Spirit Society of Ireland. If you ask for patience, God, Jesus, the angels, the mentors will not give you, oh, here is 1 kilo of patience, take it. He will give you situations in which you will need to exercise your patience. Because next time when you will need your patience, you know what to do and you overcome this peacefully. Okay? So, what directs a spirit in the choice of the trials he wishes to endure? He chooses what may serve as an expiation according to the nature of his mistakes, and may enable him to advance more quickly. Some spirits may impose on themselves a life of poverty and hardships and attempt to bear it with courage. Others may wish to experience the temptations of fortune and power, which are much may be made of them, and because of the base passions they may stimulate. Others, finally, may wish to be tested by struggling against various vices with which they may come in contact. Come to that. So, this is what I have for you today, guys. This is why I just want to share this just of reincarnation. You are not here by chance. No. You are here because you must be here today. You need to be here at this moment, at this time. If you're suffering, find a way out. You have the tools. If you cannot access these tools, please look for a professional. Okay? Do you guys have any question? Nobody asking any question? I don't know. So I don't know if I... Thank you, Iman. Iman said, thank you, Stevan. Very powerful talk. Very grateful for this. Have a good Sunday. You too, my friend. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your bank holiday tomorrow. That's the good thing about today. Yeah? It's bank holiday, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's Halloween time. Yes. Don't eat too much sweets, guys. Okay? So, you want to do the final prayer and sing?
Yes.
Yeah, both?
Yeah. But
Yes?
yes.
Okay, so come here. Come here.
We didn't do it live for so long.
Yeah. Okay. Someone says, no questions, just thanks. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Okay. What are you going to do first? Singing, and then you do the final prayer.
Yes.
Okay.
The final prayer is always the last one.
Okay, so go ahead.
I need your love. I need your time. When everything's wrong, you make it right. I feel so high. I got alive. I need to be free with you tonight. Then
Yeah, olha lá.
I do it.
Cacá saying hi, Tete. Olha lá, oi, Tete.
Hello.
Oh, we miss you, Cacá. Yeah, we miss you. By the way, guys, Lantern Center didn't give any directions to us. We are exploring some avenues here, but no decision has been made, and we will. We are trying to find out one way to not reopen, but to make some presential meetings. But we will see. It's still unclear waters. Okay, and we will let you know. Meanwhile, we still have our virtual meetings. Okay. Okay. So final prayer.
God, thank you for this day that we had that we seen everyone to be back in life again. Amen.
Amen. So
thank you, Samantha.
Thank you, Tiala. Yeah, what someone wrote to you. Love the test singing. Yeah. Huh?
Yes.
Yes. Huh? Michelle said, "Hola, thank you so much for both of you guys."
No problem. I like everybody's message.
You like everybody's message?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Say to everyone, stay safe, stay well. Don't forget to do our gospel at home.
What's gospel?
Oh, evangelho.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, gospel at home.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't forget to do it, because this is important too. We are experiencing hard times. We are still in the middle of the hurricane. Nothing has passed.
Nice.
Okay. Thank you, guys. I wish you a lovely Sunday
and a happy week. A happy another weekend. Yay.
Yes.
Well, the happy another weekend, we will have like 7 days.
Yes, you are 7 days out of school.
Except on Sunday, we had to sleep early when it's Halloween.
Okay, and don't not eat too much sweets. Okay, thank you guys. Stay safe, stay well. We love you all. Thank you. Bye bye.